On the news tonight, Governor Umueno tax transition chairman on victory for PDP candidates ahead of local government elections. National Orientation Agency flags off voters' education e-bet registration in Akwa Ibom State. Plus, NNPC Exploration and Natural Oil Field Services awards scholarship to 37 students of Iseroboro origin. A very good evening and thanks for joining us on the news tonight. My name is Joy Ubani with the details of the headlines and other stories. Note that this broadcast is reaching you live on StarTimes channel 103 and on our social media handles Facebook and YouTube. Do well to like and follow our page. And now let's go straight to the news. Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umueno, has called on all the outgoing local government transition chairmen to ensure their full support for the candidates of the People's Democratic Party in their areas ahead of the local government election. The governor made this call during a meeting with the transition chairman held at the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs in Uyo. Government House correspondent reports.
Addressing the transition chairman, Governor No commended him for the job done so far, assuring that his administration will continue to work with every one of them in different capacities. He notified them that the state is in receipt of 24,000 bags of 25 kg rice from the federal government and has added another 24,000 bags to ensure it covers more people at the grassroots.
We are sending them to you, to your local government, based on the number of gazetted villages, and he has it 2,272. Those are gazetted villages that the state has. By our calculation, each village will have 20 bags. So they will check and deliver. But please, we have to ensure that we finish sending these things to the various villages. However, you are.
The distribution of 20 bags of 25 kg rice to all the gazetted villages in the state is to commence from Friday, 26th of July 2024. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Away from that report, ahead of October 5, 2024 local government elections in Akwa Ibom State, National Orientation Agency is intensifying campaign on voters' education across the 31 local government areas in the state. That's not all, because NOAA is also scaling awareness on e-birth registration by the National Population Commission and the National Identity Management Commission. This report will be brought to you in the course of our bulletin. Now, some Nigerians in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State are urging federal government to take a step further by initiating relevant laws that will enable the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct local government elections in the state. They were reacting to recent judgments of the Supreme Court granting financial autonomy to local government council. Clement Barikwi reports.
With local government areas being the closest to the people, Nigerians have over the years clamored for the autonomy of this third tier of government, the same way it is for the federal and state governments. The recent judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria is therefore answered prayers for these Nigerians who wish credible leaders take over leadership of the various local government councils, particularly with the increased funds at their disposal.
What federal government has done is to give life to the local government, bring the government nearer to the people. So the watchdog should also be there, so that if you mismanage that money, you'll be taught your lesson.
It will help the local government to be able to carry out whatever project they have in mind.
Now we are going to see if their excuses in the past was genuine, that the governors are not allowing us to work, or they were just using it as a plot to be lazy and not do anything.
While local government councils with elected leaders may soon reap from the result of the judgment, others with caretaker committees may just have to wait unless otherwise decided by the court.
The way federal government will help us and make this law work perfectly is for them to also take over the elections of the local government, conduct the election of the local government, probably match them with the governorship election.
As Nigerians continue to welcome this local government autonomy, financial autonomy for the legislative and judicial arms of government, according to analysts, is the next step towards strengthening the country's federalism. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Now, 37 students from Esenobolo local government area studying in various tertiary institutions have been given scholarship grant to aid their education pursuits. Danime Uko reports that the students are funded by NNPC, Exploration and Production Limited, and Natural Oil Field Services Limited in collaboration with Esenobolo local government area.
The gesture is part of corporate social responsibilities of the NNPC Exploration and Production Limited and Natural Oil Field Services to Eastern Obolo, a host community where oil exploration activities are ongoing. The scholarship grant is to encourage undergraduates and postgraduate students of the area in tertiary institutions to acquire education without pressure on their parents and guardians.
Many considers it a very unique and rare privilege to reach out to a community of students. And I must say it is just the beginning of even greater things that will come to the students' community. I want to encourage you, the students who are beneficiaries, to make very good use and use it to advance your lives. And this partnership will continue, and more employments and more benefits will come to the community.
Obolo Local Government Council, a collaborator in the project, speaks on modalities in selecting the beneficiaries.
At this era, I'm also very grateful to have a student union president, I am not afraid to say this, who should live by example. He did not include his name, because the condition I was giving him is that, please look for the student that maybe because of money, they are going to be dropped out from school. Those were the criteria I asked him to use and select those students. Those that really have need. And he did that.
Elated beneficiaries look forward to seamless pursuit of their education with a dream to come back and impact the area.
Thank God for an opportunity like this that we have been chosen out of the lot to benefit from this scholarship grant given to us. We are grateful that it will take a step forward in our studies and our endeavors. For those doing researches like us, we expect more.
Earlier, the oil firm handed over laptop computers to Ona Local Government Council to equip its ICT center for educational purposes. Dianime Uko, NTA News.
In another development, as part of guide in the choice of career paths, management of Peculiar People's School Uyo is exposing its pupils to activities outside the four walls of the classroom. One of it is the recent excursion to the Nigerian Television Authority Uyo. Abasenyang Ekpenyon reports that the visit is to embrace pupils with the mode of operations of the broadcast organization.
Under the guidance of a principal administrative officer, Mr. Mfonobong Mofat, the pupils receive a general brief about the NTA, its core mandates and operations.
You are made to watch the visuals as well as listen to the audio. Those pictures on the television, they are referred to as visuals, while the sounds, the person's voice, the person's the musical, they are referred to as audio. So once you tune your television, those visuals and audio that comes up packaged into a meaningful pattern is called a program.
Staff from the different departments and units of the organization take turns to enlighten the pupils on activities of each department in the station.
We have a few equipments that help us do our job, and it begins from the dish. You're going to see a device attached to it. It's called the LMB. Okay, so that LMB helps you to track the signals.
In the news department, what do we do? Like I said, news and current affairs department. we bring everything that we think is news. And what is news? In a layman's language, news is anything that is new. We inform people by going out to find out what is happening in Uyo.
Teachers and pupils speak on lessons achieved from the excursion.
Nascent move in the educational sector poised to totally develop children, not just everything ending within the walls of the classroom, but basically to have children exposed into other aspects of life. I'm glad, and I know that they all have stories to tell.
With what I've seen today, they have been able to do so. So many of them, they've learned so much that they've been reading in books, they've seen with their eyes, and they've asked questions for clarification.
NTA is a channel that broadcasts news and programs for the public.
I have learned that NTA educates, inform, and transmits information to one another. And I've heard that NTA has two types of program, live program and recording program.
Pekunya People's School is situated at Ebiye Heavens Estate, Uyo, and management says it is committed to the training of a total child. In Uyo, Abasenya Ekpenyong, NTA News.
We'll pause here for commercials, and when we return, news continues. Please stay tuned.
One passenger, big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. I beg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital?
Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o. Make you dey sure, because who no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB test and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 or dial *3340# for more information. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
For overall best performance and quality education, Fortune Schools is a school to be. We offer standard and excellent services for your child's intellectual development with a serene learning environment and qualified teachers trained to raise and mold your child with great impact in a competitive world. We have well-equipped laboratories, standard playground, ICT unit, computer lab, library, music studio, and well-ventilated classrooms for effective learning of your treasured child. Fortune Schools is a day and boarding school with fantastic facilities and bus services for the comfort of your child. Visit us today at number 16 Odolsoro Street off Atiku Abubakar Way, Uyo. For more inquiries, call 0706 593 8384 or 0703 576 6904. Fortune Schools, excellence through hard work.
NTA TV College with pedigree of training professionals in broadcasting and other media practitioners has the following courses for the third quarter. 3 weeks online reporting, date 15th July 2024 to 2nd August 2024. Course fee 250,000 naira only. Accommodations inclusive. 2 weeks audio engineering operations and maintenance, date 15th August 2024 to 16th August 2024. 2 weeks managing the bus and modern office administration, date 5th August 2024 to 16th August 2024. 2 weeks camera operations, date 19th August 2024 to 30th August 2024. Cost 200,000 naira only. Accommodations inclusive. Come and broaden your broadcast knowledge with our highly skilled and experienced facilitators. NTA TV College, training you to be what you want to be. For more inquiries, call 080-834343. NTA TV College, just for knowledge and skills.
The body is made up of 60% of water. Mainland table water provides good quality drinking water the body needs and is uniquely satisfying. Mela table water is produced in package by Amela Enterprises, Plot 80 Itam Industrial Area, Itu, Akwa Ibom State. It comes in sachet, 35, 50, 75 cl table water and dispensing jar. For inquiry and booking, call 0704 576 6325. Mela table water, naturally sourced, consumer friendly.
One passenger. Big auntie, go enter this bus.
Ha! Oga conductor, this kind cough na serious matter. You suppose go hospital.
Hospital care.
Haba, doctors don talk am say different types of cough dey. Some na dry cough, but this your own na wet cough e be.
Big auntie, na God go bless you. I don tire for this my conductor and him cough wey no gree go. E fit even be tuberculosis.
Conductor, go check am o, make you dey sure, because who no go no go know.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure. If cough don't worry you past 2 weeks, if it be tuberculosis, TB test and treatment na free. Just call the National TB Hotline for 3340 or dial *3340# to get better information. This message now from the federal. If cough don't worry you past 2 weeks, if it be tuberculosis, TB test and treatment na free. Just call the National TB Hotline for 3340 or dial *3340# to get better information. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people then.
Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. Ahead of October 5, 2024 local government elections in Akwa Ibom State, National Orientation Agency is intensifying campaign on voters' education across 31 local government area of the state. That's not all, because NOAA is also scaling awareness on e-birth registration by the National Population Commission and the National Identity Management Commission. Itiona Ibanga was there for NTA.
Flagging of the statewide voters' education at Mkwaeni local government area, Akwa Ibom State Director, National Orientation Agency, Mr. Mpotom says the agency will go round every part of the state with a message of peaceful participation in the forthcoming local government poll in Akwa Ibom.
We emphasize on the need for political parties to make sure they implement the principle of internal democracy to select the party candidates.
Mr. Mpotom, while addressing staff of the local government, also harps on the e-birth registration by the National Population Commission and National Identity Management Commission. According to him, the registration, which is for children from 0 to 5 years, is to ensure accurate identification, while the birth certificate will be issued free from July to November this year.
They need to allow those volunteers who are going around the medical facility places so that they can be registered according to due processes.
Permanent Secretary, Bureau of Political and Social Reorientation, Akwa Ibom State, and others also shed light on the exercise.
Our job is that of sensitization, re-engineering the minds of the people to live their own ways and to embrace their own ways.
What you've been experiencing in the past, in the form of thuggery, should no longer feature anymore.
The Chairman, Transition Committee in Mkwaeni, reacts positively, assuring that the message will go to all villages in the rural community.
You can disagree, but without violence. Mkwaeni is positively, relatively peaceful for investors and every other thing.
National Orientation Agency says it remains committed to empowering people with knowledge and tools necessary to participate actively in the democratic process for the betterment of society. Etienne Oibanga, NTA News.
And on to sports updates. The Super Falcons has intensified preparation ahead their opening group game against the Brazilian counterpart in women football event of 2024 Paris Olympic. Let's join Ijoma Peter Mwete for this and more on sports updates.
Barely 2 days to the start of the 2024 Paris Olympics, the Super Falcons of Nigeria are set to begin their Olympic campaign Thursday when they take on Brazil in the opening game of Group C encounter. The coach Randy Waldrum's side have been training ahead of the games to ensure the team come out of the group already tagged the Group of Deaths.
I think getting out of the group should be the main focus of Randy Waldrum and his team. It's not going to be easy against Brazil. We know how strong Brazil are, but I think the Super Falcons have all it takes. If they can get a draw in this first game and avoid defeat, I think we should be able to get out of that group.
We have seen Brazil come out second on 2 times in the Olympics, so I feel it's going to be a tough one. But as a patriotic Nigerian, I'm looking, even if it's a draw, we can manage in this fixture.
And to cycling, International Cycling Union has awarded Nigeria 2 additional slots in the cycling event of the Paris Olympic Games. Nigeria's sole representative in the cycling event of the Games, Ese Upeseraye, who initially qualified to compete in the road time trial, will now seize the opportunity to make the podium in carrying track and individual sprint categories. President Cycling Federations of Nigeria, Jandomenico Masari, confirmed to NTA Sports that the reigning national and African champion is in high spirits and relishing the opportunity to win medals in Nigeria's first appearance in Olympic cycling history. And finally, to basketball. Africa basketball champions, the Tigers, will today play Japan in a last preparatory game for Olympics. The Tigers have been in Germany with coach Rena Wakama, where they lost 2 test games against Germany and Serbia. Nigeria will now be gunning for their first friendly victory when they fight out against Japan in Lille at 8 in the evening on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Basketball Federation has released the final roster of 12 players for the games, including Captain Ami Okonkwo, Elizabeth Balogun, Ezine Kalu, and Adebola Adeyeye. With sports updates, Ijoma Pitawante, NTA News.
On tonight's news, we thank you very much for being part of it. For me, this good night.